If you've ever wanted to know how law of attraction works, how to make it work for you, and how to speed up the process, this video is for you. Today we're going to look at the bridging the gap process to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. I'm going to walk you through the whole process in a full training, so make notes. Hello and welcome. My name is Kartika and you're watching Synchro Shakti. So let's get started into it now. Welcome to the Bridging the Gap process full training. I also like to call this as alignment. So, what gap are we bridging? We're bridging the gap between where you are right now and where you want to go, which is your desired reality. So, the way the law of attraction works is that as long as you're constantly thinking and feeling thoughts and emotions that are taking you closer to where you want to go, you will reach that direction. You will reach that destiny. It's like going from where you are right now to the beach. You get into your car and you just start going in the direction of the beach. But sometimes you end up taking a wrong turn, or sometimes there is a block on the way, like there's a lot of traffic, or sometimes you end up totally having an unupdated map and you're totally lost. That happens. So, in that case, you don't turn around and go back home. You just, if you took a wrong turn, you try to find a right turn. If your map is not updated, you update your map. If there is traffic, you allow it to pass, or you find an alternate route and you continue going in the direction of the beach, and eventually you'll get to the beach. That is how the law of attraction works. So, in our case, to go from where you are right now to your desired reality, here is what you need to do. You need to think and feel good feeling thoughts in the direction of where you want to go. Okay, good feeling thoughts in the direction of where you want to go. So I'll give you more examples soon. But what happens in the morning? Let's say you wake up and you are doing your morning routine, you're doing your visualizations, your affirmations, you're scribing, you're doing your techniques, you're feeling good, you're going in the direction of where you want to go. But then life takes over. Your mummy said something, your office people said something, you met up with a girl who's already married and you want to be married, and now you're feeling bad that you're not married, or you meet people who are very, very successful and you start comparing yourself and now you're feeling bad. So now you're no longer going in the direction of where you want to go, which is success and happiness, marriage, financial freedom. You're now feeling bad, which means you're thinking about what you don't want, about the gap. There's so much gap between where you are now and where you want to go. So when we start thinking about what we don't want, the gap between where we are and where we want to go becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. But then when we start thinking good feeling thoughts towards what we want, even if they're small thoughts that you're working on, I'll explain more of that soon. When we start thinking good feeling thoughts, we start bridging the gap, we start shortening the gap, so we get closer and closer to where we want to go. So this is usually what happens, right? And then in the evening, after all of that madness, you come home and then again you do your law of attraction work. Now you're going in the direction of where you want to go. So throughout the day, we're kind of going, creating shortening the gap, and then we're widening the gap, and then we're shortening the gap, and then we're widening the gap. And this is also called being stuck. Okay, if you relate to this, just up I relate. So what are we doing throughout the day? We're going closer and then further away and closer and further away. So what we need to do is we need to continue going in the direction of what we want, but pivoting. Now I did a full training, an 18-minute training on pivoting 2 days ago. You can check out that training. I'll put the link in the description as well. Now I'll teach you more about pivots in this session as well. So don't worry, you don't need to step off now, stay in the video. So what do we do? Whenever we are focused on what we don't want, which means we're feeling bad, right? When we're feeling bad, we're focused on what we don't want. This is the ideal time for us to pivot. Remember my analogy of going towards the beach. Sometimes we take the wrong turn, or sometimes there's a block, or sometimes the map is unupdated. What do? We try to go around the traffic. We try to find another direction. We try to update the map. So what do we do here? When we're focused on what we don't want, we will find a good feeling thought that now takes us towards where we do want. We call this a pivot. So how do we do that? I'll give you an example. Okay. So let's say you are broke and you want to become financially free. The gap might be small or the gap might be big for you. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We're still going to bridge the gap. So we need to find true thoughts that feel true to you. I'm not making you believe in something. I'm not telling you start affirming, saying I'm a multi-millionaire, I am a money magnet. You may not believe all of that, but There might be certain thoughts that you do believe are true for you that feel good. And as you think those true thoughts that feel good, it takes you more in the direction of where you want to go, which is financial freedom. So, what does that look like? So, what happens on a day to day basis is in the morning, you're thinking, I'm a money magnet, you're feeling great. And then you go and open your bank account in the afternoon, and now you're feeling really sucky. Now you're going back, in the direction of what you don't want. So, here is where we will pivot ourselves into true thoughts. Okay, remember I said true thoughts that feel good to you. Okay, so how do we do that? I'll give you a few examples. So what is a true thought that feels good to you, that takes you closer to financial freedom? So it might be, let's say, a thought that says, I love the feeling of receiving money. Isn't that true for you? Okay, for most people this is true. They do like the feeling of receiving money. So now you're feeling good, and it's a true thought. You don't have to believe something that's not true for you. It is true for you. Another thought could be, I enjoy the feeling of security. Isn't that true? Don't you enjoy the feeling of security? Now you're feeling good. I enjoy the feeling of security. Now I'm moving in the direction of more financial freedom. You may say, I enjoy shopping. I enjoy shopping. That makes me feel good about shopping. That puts me in the direction of what I want, which is more money to shop, right? For example, another good feeling thought, I'm just giving you examples. These may not be thoughts that feel good to you. You will pick out thoughts. So right now in the comments, pause this video right now. In the comments, write out, and I'll bless it. One true thought. It's true for you. You don't believe it. It's true for you. That makes you feel good and takes you closer to what you want. Okay, write one, pause below. Whatever desire you have, pick one true feeling thought. For example, and I want you to write it down. For example, let's say you want to get married and you're feeling really sucky that, other people are married and you're not yet married. So now you need to pivot yourself, and instead of going backwards, you want to go towards the direction of marriage. So you may choose a true thought that may be something like, I enjoy dressing up. That's a true thought, right? I enjoy putting on makeup. I enjoy doing shopping for my wedding. I enjoy looking at venues that I could choose. So now you're thinking good feeling thoughts that are taking you in the direction of where you want, instead of wasting a lot of time and effort and energy, because it's the same energy you can use to go in the opposite direction, or is the same energy you can use to go in the direction of what you want. You can choose at any time. That's the free will that we've been given. So with our free will, we can either widen the gap or we can shorten the gap. So write down in the comments below, give me one true thought that feels good to you, that takes you closer to what you actually want. Write it down. I will bless it. Okay. So I'll give you more thoughts here towards, let's say, financial freedom. What's another good thought? I enjoy helping others with my wealth. What other thoughts can we have that are true for us, that feels good, takes us towards more wealth? Could be something like, I enjoy being an example of wealth. Right? I'd love to be an example. Or I'd love to be an example of that. I'd love to be an example of that. Okay? Any thought that feels good to you and is true for you will take you in the direction of where you want to go. So this is essentially the bridging the gap process. It is also called as alignment. So if you liked what you heard so far, please give this video a like. Okay? So essentially this is the process. So now during the day, so let me clear off all of this. Okay, now during the day, when you are here, okay, wherever you want to go towards where you are towards where you want to go, anytime you're going in the opposite direction, which means you're feeling bad, you're focused on what you don't want, now you're widening the gap, you will pivot to a good feeling thought that is true for you, that'll take you in the direction of what you want to do, where you want to go. So you don't have to think about this all day, every day. Just when you notice that your vibration is dwindling, you're not feeling that good, you can now think a true thought that feels good to you, that takes you in the direction of where you want to go. And that is bridging the gap process, and that is called alignment. Okay, so of course I have to say this at the end of every video now. The very last Align to Abundance class that we're going to be doing, this is for financial abundance, is happening, the very last one, 27th of this month, March. This is a free class. If you like my classes, if you like my trainings, if you like what I'm talking about, you would love this class. This is 90 minutes. It is free on aligning yourself to financial abundance. I talk about my journey, how I did it. I talk about my students, how they did it. I talk about 5-step process. There are about 12 exercises that you'll get there that you can go home and do. But you will get to learn the 5-step process that my students use to make money attraction as smooth as butter for everybody. I will also show you how to heal the past. See, the past is where most of our gap is. It's in traumas of the past, self-esteem issues from the past, confidence issues from the past. That is where most of the gap is. So I'll show you how to clear the past in order to create a new and unrecognizable future. I will also do a live guided meditation called tapping into the quantum field. I'll get you into the quantum field, put you in a state of alignment live in class. So you don't have to do anything outside of the class to get into alignment. I'll put you in alignment into that very state that attracts money inside of the class in a guided meditation. You will also be doing a live blessing, a live money blessing that will happen in the class. This is the very last class we're ever doing called Align to Abundance. If you miss this one, you miss it forever. So this is it. Register for it in the description. I'll maybe mention it 1 or 2 times before the last class, and then this is it. Okay, so this is your time to align yourself to financial abundance, especially if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, coach, musician, artist, speaker, trainer, anybody who works in sales with customers, clients. Really, this stuff is essential for your business, for the work you do, for your service you do. Please come and learn how to align yourself to abundance, and that you learn by registering in the description. I'll see you 27th of March, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, 90 minutes, free class for the last of it. So come for it, and I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, so if so far the video has made sense to you, if it's given you value, please like this video and comment below one true thought that makes you feel good, that takes you in the direction of where you want to go. And then for the rest of your week, anytime you find that you're increasing the gap between where you are right now and where you want to go, immediately pivot yourself. Okay, I have a whole training on pivoting, 18 minutes training. You can see that also in the description. Immediately pivot yourself to a true thought that makes me feel good, that takes me in the direction of where I want to go, and then keep writing them down. Make lists of these thoughts until you feel so aligned and so good towards what you're asking for. And that is how the gap is bridged, and that is how you end up manifesting. Okay, I love you. Happy manifestations. I look forward to seeing you in the class, and have a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant week ahead of you. See you guys. Bye.